Hello, Foundations of Learning class. This is your instructor, Larry Asplund, and I wanted to try to do a quick tour, a video tour of a sample paper using the MLA formatting. As you can tell, this is the media analysis paper, and that's coming up for you in the near future. You know, the MLA formatting is really the very easiest formatting guidelines available. One of the most important things you have to remember is that everything is double spaced. And so when you are looking at even the student information on the left, everything is double spaced. Then you double space down to the heading of your paper. Everything else is double spaced. In fact, when you get down to the works cited page, it's just that simple. The works cited is at the top, and then you immediately double space to your first entry at the bottom. Everything is double spaced after that. Keep it simple. With MLA formatting, you don't have to worry about using different font faces or sizes. Pick a good font face that works for you, usually Times Roman 12 point, something like that. Use it consistently throughout, and it works very, very well. Remember that all of the margins, top, bottom, left, and right, are 1 inch. Now, if you're starting to do your paper in Microsoft Word, you will discover that the default margins left and right are 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch. So you will need to go up and change those margins. If you don't know how to do that, you go up to the layout, and then you'll go to where it says margins on the left. And see, I've already picked mine as 1 inch on all sides, so you would change it to 1 inch on all sides. Then your header is your last name, obviously just one word, and the page number. So the header is found by inserting up here. Pick the insert tab and go over to header. I already have a header, so I'm just going to go down to edit header. You would probably pick this one, and then you would set it all the way to the right so it's on the right hand side. Maybe I should do that for you. So you would start here, and then you would go back to home and put it flush right, and then you would type, again, I'm going to type my last name. I'm just going to put last name, and then you would insert a page number. That's kind of more difficult on Microsoft Word. You would go back to insert and then go over to quick parts. See up here, quick parts, and you would do a field, and then you go down and look at all the lists of fields, and you would do the page number, just Arabic numerals, and insert it to the right, and then that will appear all the way through. Now, you know, when you're in the header, you can just double click the body of your paper and you're back to the body. So let me see if I can point out a couple of other things. The headings for the different sections, you'll notice that this paper does an excellent job of putting subheadings in there, and they're very simple. You don't have to do anything special for them. Just put it on flush left, and this is the self-management section coming up, and then although it's not required, I think I find it easiest to follow if you will just tab it over 5 spaces to begin that next paragraph. And then, of course, here's the section coming up on resiliency. It's just left, flush left all by itself. Some information on resiliency from the media. Emotional intelligence is the last section on this paper. And then you come down to works cited, and works cited, ordinarily, I have to tell you, this C would be capitalized, to be quite, careful about it. And then you would begin to use the formatting guidelines for MLA, and you discover that they're just a little bit different for each kind of entry. And so that's where you really want to explore, okay, how do you cite the works inside of in the works cited page. And so this is an article, so it's cited accordingly. Notice it's all double spaced, and starting with line 2, you'd tab it right 5 spaces, and then you go to your next entry, and then again tab right on the second line. It's called just a a hanging indent, and then for all of the entries in the works cited page. I wanted to see if I could find an in-text documentation, and I don't see that. So it looks like the works cited are there, although he did not cite specifically all the works. But let me just kind of do this real quickly for you. Let's pretend like I am citing, I don't know that that's what I'm doing, quite frankly, but let's pretend like I want to cite a page from Covey. So I would go before the period, I would do one space and a parenthesis on the left. I would just do Covey, because I'm going to be referencing that at the bottom. And then just the page number. Maybe I want page 25, and then end the parentheses. And that's my in-text documentation. So because I'm referring to Covey in the works cited page at the bottom, then you know exactly what that is. And so all I'm doing is I'm referencing that work by Covey, and I am putting the page number. I don't have to put a P period, just the page number, and end the parenthesis. Now, some of you are reading on Kindle, so those references vary from device to device. So I noticed that I have a Kindle Fire. My wife has an older version of the Kindle, and when you look at the reference at the bottom, it looks a little bit different. So, the e-readers, how to document them is kind of changing over time. So see if you can find some, present reference, and then go ahead and use that. And I understand, of course, I understand what you're referencing. So, so long as it corresponds to best practices currently, that's going to be fine. So MLA is very, very simple, no tricks. Just set a double space, set your margins right, and go for it. And I think you'll find it very, very easy. If you have a question going forward, be sure to let me know, and I'll review it with you individually. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.